There are a few photos that are burned into the memory of every American. U.S. Marines planting our flag into Japanese soil during the Battle of Iwo Jima. Muhammad Ali standing over Sonny Liston after landing a quick right hand. Nixon throwing up deuces after being the first president in history to resign. When a once-in-a-lifetime moment's captured on camera, it's priceless. Right now, Democrats are setting up what's going to be the most famous picture in American history: Donald Trump's mugshot. The most controversial president of all time will be the first president to have a mugshot if Democrats have their way. The Daily Mail reports Trump will be indicted tomorrow and arraigned next week. And Democrats are already drooling.
I certainly hope that the booking officer is respectful and doesn't take advantage of the opportunity to play some, stupid joke. Mr. President, this will be your mugshot, so I'm going to snap the photo on the count of 3, okay, Mr. President? 1, here we go, hang on, 1, 2, hit the wind machine, 3.
Al Franken knows how powerful a photo can be. Remember, his political career was ended by one. Trump's mugshot's going to be lethal for the Democrats' next election. It's no coincidence this frail bookkeeping case was brought right as Trump was rising in the polls. Biden's going to use Trump's mugshot in every campaign ad from now until next November. It's going to be on the front page of every newspaper and lead story of every network and cable show. Democrats will print T-shirts up and put it on billboards. It's going to be the most famous meme of all time. And once it's released, it's going to be the most viral image ever. The public will have the picture about 30 seconds after that flash goes off. It took Primetime, what, a month to get Pauly P's DUI mugshot? And he actually committed a crime. We had to write letters. We had to get lawyers involved. Hey, Allie. But Pauly P has Democrat privilege. They're obsessed with getting Trump's mugshot. And they're going to use it against the former president, the 74 million people that voted for him, and anybody else who supports him in 24. Democrats will say, oh, you think we're soft on crime? Republicans nominated a man who was booked and fingerprinted and incited a riot. Biden's family got cash bribes from China. Who cares? There's no mugshot. Democrats will run on Trump's a criminal and he's leading a dangerous movement of white supremacists. That's it. That's the Biden 2024 campaign. He called a shot last year, remember?
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. That the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country.
They crucify the man and then they criminalize the reaction. They know Trump's going to beat the rap, but it's not about the case. It's about the mugshot and what happens after. When Trump retaliates, they'll investigate him on a new charge. This is how Democrats play the game. They spied on the Trump campaign. Trump smoked it out, fired Comey, and then they unleashed a special counsel on him for 2 years. They even tried to charge him for obstructing, a crime he didn't even commit. You're not allowed to resist. That's the point. They shut your business down over COVID, fine you if you open it back up. They suppressed Hunter's laptop before the election, then censored you and called you a conspiracy theorist if you talked about it. They force girls to change in the locker room with boys, teach our kids racial and sexual propaganda, and then call you a terrorist when you speak up. And once you're a terrorist, they can do whatever they want to you. Use war on terror tactics on a political movement. Persecute the man and then prosecute the reaction. For years, the media told us how chanting "lock her up" would end democracy.
Donald Trump would use "lock her up" as a call and response to his audience about you. And it was guttural, the amount of rage directed at you personally.
And we kept hearing also that phrase, lock her up. Lock her up. You heard that last night. You heard references to put her in jail the night before. Tough stuff.
They told us only tyrants jail their political opponents. And now they're cheering it on.
Are you saying that today might not be the day for the indictment? Stop toying with my emotions. Are you saying it's not going to happen today?
I don't think it is.
That is not fair to me.
You should prosecute the case
You should
when you
always
have
do
them
them.
in a timely manner. But the timely manner was a year ago. That timeline is the 2024 election cycle.
Yeah, the lock her up was a joke. Trump never indicted Crooked, but they're going after him hard. They never cared what Trump was arrested for. They just wanted him behind bars. They aren't prosecuting a crime. They're prosecuting a person. Democrats arrest the Republican frontrunner and then bait you into reacting and then arrest you if you do. They disenfranchise you and then call you a domestic extremist. Remember, BLM rioters weren't called terrorists after they burned cities down, looted, billions in damage, thousands of cops injured. Cartels aren't called terrorists when they pump poison into our streets, shoot down Americans. They call Antifa an idea as they're lobbing Molotov cocktails and bricks at cops and civilians. Look at the junkies and lunatics just slicing open innocent women and people right in front of train tracks. They're not designated terrorists. That's all fair play. But if you're running for the Republican nomination and settled a civil case with a woman, they want to handcuff you in front of the whole country. Even the president of Mexico, not known for its democratic institutions, says arresting Trump's a democratic scam to remove an opponent. Watch.
President Trump is declaring, the ex-President Trump, that they're going to detain him, I think today, for an issue supposedly, like the lawyers say, allegedly, yes, amorous. And they're going to detain him. If that was the case, well, the whole world would know, because we are not sucking our thumbs, that it is so he will not appear on the electoral ballot. And if I say that is because it seems a fabrication of a crime, because they don't want him to be candidate.
There it is. If you're going to arrest a president, there better be a dead body or a suitcase full of cash. Or as Kilmeade says, a suitcase full of dead bodies. This is one of the most twisted campaigns in U.S. history. A former president has never been arrested. The leading presidential nominee, never been arrested. And this isn't just any old prosecutor. This is a far-left prosecutor that doesn't want to lock anybody up except Trump. He campaigned on it.
A lot of people are wondering, whoever has this job, are they going to convict Donald Trump?
Look, that is the number one issue. I'm the candidate in the race who has the experience with Donald Trump. I was the chief deputy in the Attorney General's office. We sued the Trump administration over 100 times.
And you believe it should happen?
I believe we have to hold them accountable.
Alvin Bragg's guilty of prosecutorial misconduct, and he should be disbarred. And the timing's perfect, isn't it? No one's talking about Biden's Chinese bank records this week. No one's talking about Russia buddying up with China. No one's talking about the crime wave or the broken border. This is just a mugshot hunt. And once they get it, you won't be able to unsee it until Election Day.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.